In today's video, we're going to build a full website just using a skill. It's going to take us less than 10 minutes to do this. And here's the actual example and how it looks. So we got a hero section. We got light and dark mode as well. We've got testimonials going on. We got services. We've got the actual owner. We got the 3-step process. You have a call to action section, then some frequently asked questions sections. And then we actually got like a form that people can complete. And then we also have a footer down here. And then also this is mobile responsive. So if you check the mobile version as well, you can see it looks beautiful mobile, and then dark mode and the navigation works. So without further ado, let's just jump into the actual build. So the first thing we need to do is download VS Code. For that, we'll go over to code.visualstudio.com. And if you're on Windows, you just click download for Windows. You save this. You wait for the download to finish. Once the download is finished, you just open the executable. I'm just going to click run. And then you accept. You decide where you want to install this to. You click next, next. Make sure this is checked here, add to path. Then click next and install. Then you can just launch VS Code to see if it works. And here it is, fully installed. We can just maximize this. Once VS Code is installed, we can continue adding Claude code to it. The next thing you want to look into it is the actual subscriptions you want to use. So in order to use Claude code, you need to have a paid subscription. The free Claude here doesn't apply to the actual code we're going to use inside the interface. The pro plan allows you about 20 minutes of work, and after that you'll have to wait around 5 hours for that to reset. So this is good if you just want to try out things before diving in straight away. And then for the max plan, the one that's $100 here, it has two different options. So it has max that's $100 and it gives you 5x usage, and then it has the pro max that has 20x and it's $200. So in my personal experience, I've only once or twice went past the 5x total usage time. Now all we need to do is add our subscription to VS Code. The first thing you can do is close this window right here because we don't need that, and we'll go over here on the left side and click extensions. Once we get here in the search bar, we'll type in Claude code, and once that finishes, we'll click this button right here which stands for the extension, and we'll simply click install. We'll click trust publisher and actually install, and we're just waiting for it currently to get installed. As you can see, it says installing right here. It should finish in a few seconds. There we go. We'll need to click allow for this. If you get prompted with this get started, we can simply close this window and go over to explore right here on the left hand side. Click that, and we'll just click to open a folder. For this, I'm going to use the test folder I've got here, and I'm going to select this folder. Now, you usually get asked if you want to trust the authors and files. So I'm just going to click yes, I trust the authors and files because this is me just using this program. Once that is finished, you see we still have built with an agent, but this isn't Claude code, so we can close this again. And right here on the top right hand side, you see we got open Claude code, so we can just click this. Again, we get then the walkthrough set up with VS Code. We can still go and close this right here, and there you go. You got the Explore page right here where the actual assets from the folder stand, and you got Claude code set up. So we're just gonna say, hey, how's it going? Ready to do some work. Once you do that, you see you actually need to activate your subscriptions with Claude code. So we're just gonna use the subscription, and you have to authorize it by opening this link. We're going to click open here, and what this does is going to open another page where you have your subscription loaded, and you will have to authorize it. So if you click authorize here, it says fail to authenticate, but we can try this. We're going to send them the same message again just to make sure everything works just fine. So even though it said it didn't authenticate, it actually did. It's just an error it gave us. And now you're actually ready to build with Claude code. If you actually want to learn more about vibe coding, we've got like a full course in here. It's introduction to vibe coding, and it starts with the introduction. What is vibe coding? We'll go through the whole process. What's AI? What's an LLM? And then how to set up everything. Then we go over the text stack and why we only use a simple tech stack. And then we even have the full security module for just beginners. Right, that being said, let's go back and see how the build is going. I'm going to show you the best model you want to use. In order to select the model you want to use, you just have the Claude Code interface open, and you come right here where it says show command menu. You click this, and then right here where it says model, you just click switch model. And I highly recommend just using Claude Opus 4.6. This is the latest model as of this recording. And then once you click that, you want to go back here and make sure you have the model put on thinking. So if this is unchecked, you want to select this on thinking as well. And then you can also just click here to make sure you see the account and usage. Right, so that being said, you'll finish with the basic settings and you're ready to move on to the next chapter. So now once we have everything installed, we'll head over at provibecoding.app to get the actual skills. So if you go here to resources, click Claude skills, we'll head over and get the actual landing page builder skill. I'm going to get copy. After that, we'll go into the editor and make a new folder. So in order for the skills to work, they need to be in a specific folder. So we're going to create a .claude folder, and inside of this we need to create a skills folder. So we're gonna do skills. Then in the skills folder, you just put the skills that you want to create. So for this one, we'll do build a full landing page. Once this is over, you just make an MD file. So we're gonna do new file, skill.md. So this file has to be named skill.md. And inside this file, we're just going to copy paste the exact skill. And this is how it looks. We can click Ctrl S or save and close this. And you want to see if this is actually ready to use. So we do /build. So as you can see, the skill is not working right now. So what you can do is, so the reason this is not working is because the actual skill MD is not in the actual skill folder. So you want to make sure that's right. So you can just drag the skill and put it all the way in there. That is the reason why it didn't work. So now if we go do /build, it's not here. But if we close this first and then click on the skill and then reopen Claude Code, close these two again, then if you go over at /build, you can see you have the skill right here. So you have build a full landing page. We just execute the skill, and right now it says I'll help you build the landing page. Let me gather the details. So first thing it asks is what is the business name and industry. So we're just gonna go with a generic one for this one, but you could put your own and it will create a full website. So create one for me. And then for the images, I'm actually gonna use the images I have prepared for this video. So I'm just gonna add them in an assets folder right here. So I'm gonna do right click and then new folder and name the folder assets. And in this folder, I'm going to put all the images necessary to create a full website. So you can just put your own images and it's going to place them in the right spot if you name them correctly. So I'm just copying the images right now, putting them in the assets folder. So you can see we got the hero image, the about, services, and then the testimonials, small pictures. So I'm just gonna say here I have the images. Then what is the scope? So this is just a simple landing page. So we're just gonna have one single HTML. So we're just gonna do this and then submit the answers. Now it's asking us what is the industry. We're just gonna go with real estate. Right here you can just provide your own details. So we're gonna go, I'll provide the details, but these are made up details, right? And there we go. So we're gonna have a female founder, and then this is a luxury commercial mix. And then we'll go with trust and experience, and we're gonna submit. So in here you can provide your own actual business details, and it's just gonna build the full thing. Just gonna build the full website for you. So for the actual name and biography, we're just gonna create a persona because this is a made up character, but you should always use your own details to create a full web page. So I'll just go with create a persona. Right now it's checking all the images we provided, and once these are properly set, it's gonna start. So for this one, you want to allow write an index, and here's where the index actually starts. We're gonna allow the CSS. Now we're just waiting for the JavaScript to finish, and we're ready to see how the full landing page looks like. And we're going to allow the JavaScript as well. Everything seems to be in working order. Now all you need to do is come here to actual extensions and make sure you type in live server. And if you don't have this extension, you just click on the live server extension and you're going to click install. Once you have this installed, you just go back right here in the Explorer and you can close the live extension server and click on index, right click on it, and then open with live server and click this. So this is the full page it created for us. As I can see, there's a bug right here. So this right here, this X right here, it was meant to be on mobile. If you go iPhone, right, when you click this is the X, it's just messed up and put it on the actual page as well. So that's the first thing we need to do. Oh, and that looks pretty nice. So let's see, got a hero section, sweet. Yeah, we got the testimonials, the services, Victoria, sweet. How it works, the 3-step process, the actual ready to make your move, frequently asked questions, get in touch. Yeah, it looks very, very nice. Now let's check dark mode as well, see if this works. Yes, looks beautiful, colors, awesome. Now before we check the mobile version, we'll just ask it to remove this X. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna Alt print screen on my keyboard and just send it the exact picture, and I'll do Control V right here and I'll ask hey, can you please remove the X that shows on the desktop view? That should be just for mobile, so can you just hide it on desktop view? Kindly appreciate it. And let's see how it does. Even if the skill is refined, I've made at least 15 builds with this skill and it still messes up sometimes. So just remember that nothing is perfect with AI, so you have to tinker with it, make sure before you proceed with the final result. So we're going to accept this and we're going to accept this as well. So basically you had to have the display set to none, which means it had to not show it on the actual desktop view. So we're going to accept this. Let's go ahead and check this. Yeah, so you can see right now it's hidden, it's not there anymore. Everything works. Now we can check the mobile version as well. I'm going to click inspect there. There we go. This works. This works. Only 3 testimonials on mobile, so it just scrolls faster for our visitors. We got Victoria. Yeah, this looks good. How it works, 3-step process, CTA, book your consult, schedule your free consultant, then the frequently asked questions, simple form for them to complete. Yeah, I like how it looks. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Probably take me to build something similar to this at least 5 hours. If I'm being honest. Just one more thing I want to check is if it did the JSON and LD schema, because we asked this to be SEO optimized, so we're going to check that as well just to make sure. So we're going to go and inspect, and here we're going to pull up the actual dev tools. So go in the head and we'll go and check. So we got JSON LD. This is done correctly. So we've done 3 schemas, which is even better. So the second one would be real estate agency. Yeah, this is brilliant, honestly. And then the frequently asked schema, so you can rank for the actual questions as well. Check this out. Beautiful. Yeah, super cool. So if people type in anything related to these types of questions, you'll rank on Google for these as well. So this is super good. I'm very pleased with the results. So if you want to build projects like these or need help with AI, we got a community where we do these types of build every week, and we do monthly projects for the community. That being said, I wish you nothing but the best. Have a great day.